following that breaking news, right, Keenan? The weak tornado that the National Weather Service is now tracking.
Yeah, they're checking into whether this was a true tornado, and we keep hearing from people who actually went through this saying that they witnessed what looked like a small, very quick-moving tornado hitting actually their home here. This is Francisco Gonzalez's place on Lee Street here in Boyle Heights, and you can take a look. Most of the damage concentrated up at the roof level, and you can see what the impacts are. All that tarp up there to try and make sure there's no leak from the ongoing rain we're seeing. You can actually see some of the tile that's hanging here from his front railing here on the side of his home there. It's spread out pretty evenly all across the front of this yard here at this home on Lee Street. And as you walk sort of along the side of the home over to the front walk, you can see it's just roof tile everywhere. There's not a ton of damage that's very easily seen from the street level outside of what's going on at the roof. Some of the numbers even painted over there, so that could be associated with this tornado possible activity. Again, we're expecting to hear from the National Weather Service investigators around 4 o'clock as they come out and really do their on-the-ground looking into whether this was a true tornado. But at this point, people here say they saw what appeared to be one, and researchers are trying to confirm that. In the hours ahead, we'll be out here in Boyle Heights. For the moment, though, Keenan, Willard, NBC4 News.
And out here, as we also want to take a look at our weather and make sure that we check out what it looks like right now. Yeah, and we're taking this live picture right now. This is another place that was affected here, a seafood restaurant right there in the Boyle Heights area, Mariscos Tampico. It looks like right there that there are some damage to the front door there, a glass door there. As Dr. Ariel Cohen was saying from the National Weather Service, those sustained winds in that tornado were very, very strong there. A photojournalist from NBC4, J.R. Hall, is giving us these live pictures as we speak. Some people are now just trying to realize exactly what's happening and what's going on, kind of coming in to assess the damage. As we know, the National Weather Service is headed out this way. We were talking to Dr. Cohen just about 15 minutes ago at the top of the hour, and we are looking at right now what is here, and they are going out there to assess and work with local county officials to see how they can rate this weak tornado. But we want to just, JR there, Hall is our photojournalist, taking a look at what's there. And JR, since you're on the ground, will you tell us what it is that you can see from your vantage point?
There's not much damage I can see from where my vantage point here is in the 3300 block of Lorena Street here, just off Whittier in Boyle Heights. The Mariscos Tampico restaurant, it could have been hit by high winds here. They're still trying to figure out if this is an actual tornado itself, but it seems like some of the electricity in the neighborhood is out. The lights are flashing at this intersection on and off, and it looks like people are just kind of figuring out what's going on here, and that's what we're standing here right now.
All right, JR, thank you so much for that. And that's really kind of the assessment happening right now, right? Everyone trying to figure out what it is as the National Weather Service is also trying to investigate exactly what is happening. Let's get right now to meteorologist Belen de Leon. And B, man, so much going on today.
Yep, and in the past few days, Lolita, we knew that this was a potential. We've been warning everyone about the chance for thunderstorms, and that is one of the consequences or one of the impacts of when we have thunderstorms, the possibility for a tornado or even a water spout. So we're checking in on our First Alert Radar network, and we're still grabbing some of that moisture from this atmospheric river, and it's being pulled inland. So the commute as we head into this afternoon, evening is still going to be pretty slippery. I'm going to time it out for you. This is the last go of this storm, okay? So let's hang in there. We've got the wet weather continuing until after sunset. Here we are looking at the conditions at 6 p.m., and we still have rain around LA County, Orange County, and also in the Inland Empire. And now we're starting to see the snow level drop in the mountains. So all this time, the snow level has been at 8,000 feet, 7,000 feet. Now we're getting into some colder air, so the snow level is lowering to about 6,000 feet. 5,500 feet. So we could see some accumulation on those tippy tops of the mountains, especially at resort level. So that's going to be happening as we head through this evening. Here we are at 10 p.m. Notice how I'm not seeing any rain on this radar. There could still be some light showers at that time, but the storm is going to start to wind down and some spots will be clear. And here we are tomorrow morning looking at a sunny, bright start. Now, as we head into the weekend, finally we're drying out, but notice how the temperatures, they stay cool. We're going to remain below normal. We'll have 60s at the coast. We'll have some 50s for the Basin, Orange County, the valleys, the IE 50s and 60s. So we're transitioning from the umbrella weather to the sweater weather this weekend. And in the mountains, the sunshine will come back and the temperatures will be in the 30s. And here's the other thing. Tomorrow after the storm, look at all this green. What does this mean? The air quality will be fantastic tomorrow. So good conditions to step outside and finally enjoy the outdoors. I do want to point out that the winds are going to be returning, but they're going to be Santa Ana winds. So this week, we've been watching the winds associated with the wet weather. As we head into Sunday and early next week, we're going to have a shift in the winds coming out of the northeast. Here we are looking at Saturday afternoon. It's going to be breezy along the I-5 corridor if your travel plans take you in that direction. But on Sunday, if you live in those typical Santa Ana wind-prone spots, watch out. Winds will be picking up, and those northeasterly winds are expected to strengthen as we get into Monday. So this will clear out the cloud cover, and it will also help boost our temperatures. Now, I want to jump ahead to that 7-day forecast. You see dry conditions through the weekend. Early next week, the temperatures go up just a little bit, but look at the middle part of next week. As we say goodbye to 2025 and hello to 2026 in the new year, we're tracking another chance for some rain. So enjoy the dry stretch. That's happening over the weekend. Numbers in the 60s. Next week, with that offshore flow, temperatures may get into the 70s, and then another drop in temperatures for the middle of next week. Clouds increasing Wednesday with a chance for light rain on Thursday and Friday. Breezy for the deserts on Sunday and Monday. Temperatures in the 50s this weekend, 60s in the low desert, and in the mountains highs in the 30s through early next week. That chance for rain for the middle of next week.